Bumpy,
Get up. Come on.
I asked you for a favor. Now you have to decide, man. Are we partners or not?
I'm a man of my word. I keep my promises.
One of the best shows you're probably sleeping on because it comes on the MGM network, formerly Epix. Dropped episode 3 of season 3, entitled Mecca. And I rightfully picked out when the trailer they dropped prior to the season that it looked like X was going to Mecca this season, and he actually did. And they put a little drama in it. So we're going to break this episode down. And a lot of the fans are thinking that X is going to die this season. Let's see if we're going to be able to pick up on that. You finding me for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and you can also download the podcast. This will be on the podcast as soon as it drops on YouTube. Let's catch some more of the great action from this episode because we've got another problem. We damn near got Snowfall over here. Jose Battle is nothing but a Teddy from Snowfall, and we got to break that down.
Wait. Shit. Hey.
We opened this thing up, ladies and gentlemen, at one of Jose Battle's spot. Sound like we listening to some music from the Aladdin, the magic carpet ride and shit. And basically he's in here. Bumpy has got those bankers. And I'm here to tell y'all right now, that banker that's a judge that's getting on everybody's nerve, he even got on Jose Battle nerve, he's going to die. They're going to get sick of his ass and they're going to have to kill him. But you see Bumpy paying these bankers $900K in conjunction with Jose Battle. And Jose Battle has a quest for Bumpy. He lies to Bumpy and tells him he wants him to take out someone that is working with Fidel Castro because he wants to take over his home in Cuba. At first, Bumpy's kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to do it. But then Jose challenges his loyalty and says, you're going to need me. And of course, Bumpy decides to work with him because he will need him. He's going to need him. And he's going to show his loyalty, so he goes on a mission to get this guy who's supposedly working and killed a family under the guise of Fidel Castro. Then we get to Malcolm trying to get into Mecca, and he's getting hemmed up by this vagabond standing here saying that he don't got the proper paperwork to get in. Lord have mercy. Don't you guys hate folks like this? Some of the TSA folks that are mean, nasty, folks that work at your local offices that act as though the services they're providing, they paying for it and shit. And this guy's giving him a time, and they actually wind up detaining X, saying that he's a non-Muslim. You knew something crazy was going to happen, and I'm sure this dude, little penis, got hard trying to keep X out of this place. You can tell he don't like X, punk. And then we get the very, very beautiful and lovely Mamie, who has done a great thing for this nonprofit she's working with Clayton Powell. She's actually got them detailed in the paper so that she can get folks out here voting properly. And you can see Clayton Powell is excited as hell to help her get this thing going. But then we get a quick letter saying that Mamie is getting deposed at her home by a cat named John Pike. And then that smile in Clayton Powell's office all turned upside down. And I was wondering who was going to play John Pike, and we'll get there in a minute. We see Bumpy telling his crew, I need you guys to go after this man. And the crew at first is kind of like, bruh, why are we going to do that? And Bumpy's like, y'all shut the hell up, Ren and Stimpy, and get this man killed. It's part of our pact with Jose Battle Axe, and we've got to get it done for Jose Battle Axe. I saw this coming, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't need a Hubble telescope to see this coming. Joe Colombo is supposedly helping Chin take care of Stella. Now, y'all know I love me some damn Stella. Look at that fine Stella. Shout out to Stella, the actress playing Stella. Hell, shout out to all the actresses in this show. Everybody's beautiful. Mamie, Bumpy's daughter, Stella, just an outstanding cast. The acting is great, and they all are wonderful looking people. But you can already see, he done told Stella, look, I'm going to put you in this pad. I'm taking care of you for your daddy. But I was watching the way Joe is looking at her. He got the hots for this woman. Who wouldn't have the hots for her? But I do believe this might create a complicated situation for Joe. And he's telling Stella, you're not leaving this apartment, but if you need a job, I'm going to look out for you. And we'll get back to that in a minute. Then we get someone, the doctor, coming to help Malcolm get out of prison. But basically, he's going to have to stay with the good doctor. And did y'all see how they tried to sweat Malcolm out? Damn, man, they starving the man. Muslims already don't eat pork and pies, and they starving my man out, won't let him have no juice, no water, no nothing. And then the people in jail think that he's Muhammad Ali. That's how he tried to talk with them because they ain't speak no English. I thought that was funny. And then we get over here to this Pike character. And in all honesty, Pike seems like he's got a hard on for Jose Battle. Now he's telling Mamie, look, I'm going to ruin everything you doing because I know Bumpy is involved with Jose Battle acts. And I want you to know that I'm going to ruin your life until you give up Bumpy and what he's doing. And this dude, John Pike, he looked like he might be somebody to reckon with, man. He's got that look in his eye like he's not going to go away. And we'll see what's going to happen with that. But I think at the end of the day, he could be collateral damage as well. We get Bumpy's crew out here stalking the target. And Bumpy's, man, I'm calling them Ren and Stimpy because they made some huge mistakes. Homeboy hops out the car with a gun that ain't loaded. Tries to shoot the target, and guess what? No bullets come out. Juan starts running away like a little bitch. And I said to myself, too, before they even said anything, I was like, this dude don't look like the type of guy who's ex-military. Because if you ain't got no bullets in your gun and you ex-military, you about to whip somebody's ass. But instead of whipping the ass, homeboy started running away like he was Forrest Gump. And then we get to a section where we got X, who's having a conversation with the good doctor. And I love this dialogue because basically the doctor is telling X, bro, you're a racist. You don't know it because you're trying to segregate yourself from the whites. Everything you're doing against the whites is you basically being a racist because you know good and damn well there are some good whites out there. And I oftentimes have to tell people, look, yes, this country is racist, America. And yes, there are a whole lot of whites who are against the plight of African Americans. But there are more whites that have helped African Americans progress. So when you start going into your tirades of how much you hate white people, always preface that by saying, I hate the ones that are holding up progress for equality, not the ones that have been helping, because I guarantee you there are more of them out there than what there is the ones who are trying to hold it up. It's just that the ones trying to hold it up have a little bit more political clout and have the country hamstrung based on the way our political system is set up. And this guy was helping Malcolm see where he was wrong and open his eyes to be more like Malcolm and less like the ex. Bumpy's men come back. They let Bumpy know that they effed up, and they tell Bumpy they don't think that the dude is ex-military. And I got to agree, man. They picked up on it. Now, Bumpy is mad as hell that these dudes messed up, okay? But he's opened Bumpy's eyes to a revelation. Maybe Jose Battle is not what he's been telling me. Yep, that's the 100% the truth. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we get back to Mamie. Got her ad placed all up in the paper. We see it. But Mamie is really, really stressed out because she wants Bumpy to get up out of this thing, man. She's tired of Bumpy being in the game because right now she's found something that soothes her soul. When you can find a career or a work path that pays you good money and you feel and you enjoy what you're doing, you're never working, And right now she feels like this is her opportunity to step out and do something that's fulfilling and make money. But because of Bumpy and his ties, she's very, very frustrated and she's questioning what she should do. And we're going to talk about what she winds up doing in a little bit. Bumpy meets up with one of his old police contacts that he used to pay. And the police contact lets Bumpy know that the guy they are pursuing probably most likely works with the CIA because he can't find any information on this dude other than this address Bumpy is looking at. The way he was running, ladies and gentlemen, I told you, dude ain't got no military experience. That guy probably ain't even never picked up a gun before in his life. Then we get to a very, very touching scene with Bumpy's daughter and Mamie. And I've just been loving how they've had these two connect this season, where Mamie is being counseled by Bumpy's daughter that, you know, my dad has been in this drug game ever since I was a child. I had to find a way to continue to love him regardless of what he's doing. But Mamie is torn, man. Mamie shedded some tears because she really wants to do what she's doing. She really and truly wants to get this thing done, but she's going to have to do like the daughter said, find a way to love Bumpy, irregardless of what's going on with her. Bumpy decides he's going to get out on these streets and get some action. So he stalks the guy that Jose Battle Axe sent him after. And guess what he finds out? He gets inside dude's home while dude's taking a shower, and he learns that Juan Moderna is a journalist who's trying to get insider information and attacks against Fidel Castro in Cuba. And then Juan comes out the bathroom. Bumpy puts the gun on him. Basically, that's when he lets him know that, you know, I'm just a journalist. And Bumpy already done figured that shit out. Wow. Jose Battle Axe been lying to Bumpy. Then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting up here because I was almost about to anoint Stella as one of my new TV wives, but she's falling for the banana in the tailpipe from Joe Colombo. Stella, never fall for a man who smiles like he's almost one of the crew of The Walking Dead. Look at that damn smile. Cheesing like a Cheshire cat. And you up here toasting this dude who's giving you a job, telling you that he's got to protect you and save you, and you falling for it. Stella, don't fall for it. You're too hot for this shit. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. And I literally mean that because Joe Colombo wants to put his banana in your tailpipe. You've been a gangster, young lady. I want to see more of you, and I hope you don't fall for this clown, man. Mamie comes up to Clayton Powell. She said, you know what? The hell with this. I'm resigning. I'm going to stick by my man, and I'm resigning. And Clayton Powell is mad as hell. He ain't trying to have none of it because Mamie has done great work. She's a great representative. She looks the part, and she's kind of got the brains and sassiness that he wants on his team. But Mamie is like, nah, I'm done, bro. I ain't about to have John Pike blowing down my neck. We see the ex writing a letter to his wife, basically just letting her know everything that has happened and how he's starting to have a mental epiphany. And then he goes back to the man who he basically has put a wedge between because he's a white Muslim. But this man did not put a wedge between him and Malcolm and treated this man just like he was his brother and let him in his home. Malcolm didn't want to pray with him. And this guy is about to escort Malcolm on his pilgrimage to Mecca. And just look at the fanfare, ladies and gentlemen. Those who believe in religion, this is kind of like your Super Bowl for religion where you can take this trip to Mecca. Bumpy delivers Juan to Jose Battle, and he chastises Jose Battle to let him know, look, bro, you've been lying to me. Come clean. And ladies and gentlemen, this is when we learned that Bumpy's eye for non-military weapons was completely correct. Jose Battle Axe is nothing but another damn Teddy from Snowfall because he's in bed with the CIA trying to take down Fidel Castro because that is his motherland and he wants it back. And he reminds Bumpy, I'm doing the same thing you doing. You want Harlem back? I want my Cuban land back. And we're going to have this deal. I need to know that you're with me. And I think this is a great alliance for Bumpy. And Bumpy shows that he's true to his alliance by killing the journalist who was probably about to spill the beans on every damn thing that happened. And I can't wait to see, now that Bumpy knows that this man has an alliance with the CIA and can get shit done from the government, It's going to be a brand new world for these Italian crime bosses on this show, because Bumpy has got some real heavy battle axe artillery with him. And in the end, they end with Malcolm X deciding that, you know what, black Muslims not praying with white Muslims. I'm about to put an end to this shit because the doctor treated me like a brother in his home. And they end the show with Malcolm praying with the good doctor. Man, this wasn't the best episode. This wasn't one of those finale feeling episodes, but it was a great episode in continuing the story and letting us know where things are going to go. Please post your comments on how you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and download the podcast. Until that next Sex is Hell video, I'll see you.